Welcome back, good people. How we doing? Today is it's gonna be Saturday for you, but it's Friday for me. And outside my window right now, y'all can't hear or see. There's a hurricane going on. I'm thanking God that the lights are still on. If you hold tight for 1 second, I'm gonna take you to some news footage of what's going on right here in South Carolina, in the Charleston, Summerville, Ridgeville area. Y'all hold tight. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's go.
Let's get right to ABC News Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z live on the ground in St. Petersburg, Florida, along with ABC News meteorologist Samara Theodore. So, Ginger, the effects of the storm already being felt there. We can see you're in the thick of it. What are you seeing there, and what can you tell us about the storm surge for Tampa Bay?
Oh yeah, here in St. Petersburg, Selena, we have had the offshore winds all day, so the bay has been just rocketing over the land. The wind is obviously kicking. We've seen gusts upwards of nearly 70 miles per hour right here in the bay. So we're going to keep seeing that through tonight. The storm is still west of us by a good 120 miles or so, and it is going so fast. It is now a strong Category 3 hurricane with max sustained winds of 125 miles per hour, and it is going to keep moving north-northeast right now. Its forward trajectory is 23. That means it is going to be up in the Big Bend by tonight, sometime between, say, 9 and midnight. Now, you're going to see the piling of water as we have all day here as those winds become onshore and that eye wall comes in. That's why we're concerned about places like Steinhatchee, down to Cedar Key, even Crystal River that took on so much water from Idalia.
I gotta pause it, man. I gotta pause it. What is this? What is this? This is a hurricane going on. This lady is running while filming herself.
And by tonight, sometime between, say, 9 and midnight.
Her and her BBL are running in a hurricane.
23. That means it is going to be up in the Big Bend by tonight, sometime between, say, 9 and midnight.
Okay.
Now, you're going to...
Anyways, that's what's going on. Y'all hold tight. Alright, so that's what's going on. The hurricane is still coming through here. Charleston is getting hit, but it's not a direct hit. We're getting a lot of wind, a lot of rain. Not really a lot of rain, but enough. Anyways, we're gonna start it off, man. This is Bajillion22. This is my 22nd video, my 22nd, however you want to say it, video. And I had to re-upload 21 got messed up. It was sound, but my voice wasn't there. It was just the music, and the screen was black. That's to be expected. Plus, we got a hurricane going on. So if you want to write, if you want to seriously write, there are going to be things that pop up, and you got to keep pushing through. Okay, you got to keep pushing through, no matter what. All right. So with that being said, I got my #1 dad cup. I just drunk a whole. Oh my God, who's this now? Okay. Just like I said, anyways, what I was saying was that was day 20. This is 22, 21. Things went crazy. Now we got a hurricane going. Anyways, we're gonna get going on this, man. We're gonna start it right here in the green and move along. Let's start right here. Okay. Standing there looking over the rippling water as the smiling sun cascaded over little swells that resembled flashing mirrors, Henry's thoughts traveled back to a few days prior when him and his two friends Shug and Lupe had taken a trip to Shug's liquor still, which was hidden not far from the waterhole. Shug had concocted a new batch of moonshine. This time he'd added a handful of raisins. That day was similar to the present day, and as the men were walking, Henry's friend and fellow lumberjack noticed something. Lumberjack is that's 2 words, right? Or is that one? That's 1 word. Oh my goodness. Okay. Lumberjack noticed something. "Oh, Hank, look at this," said Lupe, pointing to a huge steaming mound of wood chips. Devil's bread, Shug mumbled at the sight. "What?" Henry asked. "They're mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms," Lupe added in a Spanish accent. In his normal. Veracruzian accent. He's from Vera Cruz. So Vera Cruzian. Vera Cruzian. Vera Cruz accent. Vera Cruz. In his normal Spanish accent. In a Spanish accent. Let's just say in a Spanish accent. In his Spanish accent. In a Spanish accent. Alright. Suge's attention peaked after hearing Lupe's claim. So, Henry replied, Hold on. Just wait one doggone minute, Hank. Don't be so quick to judge, Suge interjected. Just how psychedelic we talking here? We're talking here. Alright. Oh, I didn't even pour my water yet, y'all. I know your brain needs liquid, man. When you're thinking. Y'all gonna let me just start without pouring my water. So I'm gonna start over. Oh boy, water is so good. Oh, water is so good. Alright. Standing there, looking over the rippling water, as the smiling sun cascaded over little swells that resembled flashing mirrors, Henry's thoughts traveled back to a few days prior, when him and his two friends Suge and Lupe had taken a trip to Suge's liquor still, which was hidden not far from the waterhole. Suge had concocted a new batch of moonshine. This time he'd added a handful of raisins. That day was similar to the present day, and as the men were walking, Henry's friend and fellow lumberjack noticed something. "Oh, Henry, look at this," said Lupe, pointing to a huge, steaming mound of wood chips. "Devil's bread," Suge mumbled at the sight. "What?" Henry asked. "They're mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms," Lupe added in his Spanish accent. Y'all forgive my Spanish accent. It'll improve. Suge's attention peaked after hearing Lupe's claim. "So?" Henry replied. Hold on. Just wait one doggone minute, Hank. Don't be so quick to judge," Suge interjected. "Just how psychedelic we're talking?" He asked Lupe. Listening to Lupe explain the effect of the drug, Suge had an idea. Using Lupe's expertise, he picked a handful and placed them in a pouch. Suge had given Earlier that year, Suge had given his son a few gallons of corn liquor on one of his visits down from New Jersey. Being the troubled individual he was, his son Now I'm pausing right here because I see the man, and I didn't say the man earlier. I was thinking of putting the man instead of Suge. Yeah, right here. So I didn't do that. So your mind can trick you, you know. Listening to Lupe explain the effects of the drug, Suge had an idea. Using Lupe's expertise, he picked a handful and placed them in a pouch. Earlier that year, Suge had given his son a few gallons of corn liquor on one of his visits down from New Jersey. Being the troubled individual he was, his son Suge had given his shiftless lazy, idle, slothful, I'm looking for a word to indicate that his son is not a great guy right here before we get to this part, because being the troubled individual he was, before we get to the troubled individual, I want you to know that I'm talking about Suge's son and not Suge. So I said shiftless, but shiftless is like lazy. But what's another word for, like, what's one word for shiftless is lazy? I'm not saying he's lazy necessarily, but what's another word for like a troubled individual? You know, one word for troubled individual. And man, I guess, let me see, I said shiftless, but shiftless is, that's idle, good for nothing. Oh, okay, yeah. That's good. I'll use good for nothing for now. We'll see. Now, good for nothing could also, I think I could also, yeah, okay, meritless, no account, no good. No good is another one. Good for naught. Yeah, let's go with no good. Give me, okay. Okay, we'll earlier in the year, Suge had given his no good son a few gallons of corn liquor on one of his visits down from New Jersey. Being the troubled individual he was, the man saw it as an opportunity. See how that flows now? See, it's no confusion now. Now, before I had made those changes, and I said that early in the year, Suge had given his son a few gallons of corn liquor on his visits, on one of his visits down from New Jersey. Being the troubled individual he was, people could say, people could think that I'm talking about Suge here, you know, because you don't really know Suge like that. You know, not yet. I told you guys in the earlier video that Suge is basically a good guy. He's a good guy, believe me, but he's like a Fred Sanford, a Mr. Brown combination. You know, I would even say a little Corey Holcomb is in there too. You know, and a lot of you. I'm saying this for the future people watching the videos, because right now I'm only getting like a handful. 27, I think, is the most views I got on my videos right now. But the future, I don't want you guys to be offended when I say Corey Holcomb, because Corey Holcomb has a lot of great aspects about him. But yeah, I would say Fred Sanford, Mr. Brown. He's a combination of a lot of people. Jesse, Duke from the Duke Boys, you know, the coveralls, you know, that type of stuff. He's a lot of people rolled up into one. But anyways, earlier in the year, Suge had given his no good son a few gallons. His no good son. Let's put his name in here right now. We're gonna put his name in right now. No good son. Frederick. And we're gonna leave Frederick. Yeah, we're gonna leave Frederick. They call him Freddie. And yeah, Suge name can be Frederick. Oh, wait a minute. What's let me see. Are we gonna go with Frederick? Or are we gonna go with what's his name? Yeah, Frederick Douglass. Yeah. Yes, Frederick is good. Now I'm starting to remember why I chose that name. Yeah, Frederick Douglass. Yeah, that's good. Okay, Suge's name is Frederick too, and his name is Suge's name is Frederick Douglass, if I can remember that. Frederick Douglass. His middle name is Douglass. I don't know what his last name is yet. Okay, so early in the year, Suge had given his no-good son Frederick a few gallons of corn liquor on one of his visits down from New Jersey. Being the troubled individual he was, the man saw it as an opportunity to get rich quick, regardless of who was involved in the scheme. Suge remembered him saying something about the liquor being so good that he could sell it on the black market to get black market to the right people. Connected people is how he'd put it. As a deterrent to his son and so-called connected friends, Suge thought that contaminating the liquor, Suge, in his infinite wisdom, Suge, in his infinite wisdom, thought that contaminating, let's see something here. Infinite wisdom thought that contaminating the liquor with the mushrooms would be the thing to send the shiesty group laughing what's something I could put in the middle? Let's put wondering for now. And ultimately crying tears of horror on their way. Laughing, wondering, and ultimately crying on their way. Crying in horror. Crying, laughing, wondering, and ultimately crying in horror on their way. Okay. Coming from a family in Veracruz, Mexico, where peyote and magic mushrooms were common use, consumed by spiritualists for ceremonial purposes, Lupe was shocked when he saw psilocybe carusolans, also known as landslide mushrooms. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. Alright. And y'all gotta forgive me, man. I gotta keep combing through this thing to try to get it flowing right, you know what I mean? If I don't get it to flow right in the beginning, people will pick the book up and start reading it and be like, this doesn't sound interesting, or the writing is not too great. That's how people are, and I gotta remind myself to do this when I go over it the first time. Or rather, from the beginning. According to Frederick Sr., according to Frederick Douglass Sr., the Northerners love the stuff. Oh, no. Junior. He's a junior. Suge is a senior. The Northerners love the stuff. Oh, wait a minute. According to Frederick Jr., let's say Junior so far. We'll come back to that. The Northerners love the stuff. The corn liquor, that is. The moonshine, that is, and wanted more. Somehow the exchange became a thing where Frederick began demanding batch after batch. Okay. Money swapped hands, more money than expected as a bonus from the family, is what he'd tell his father. It wasn't long before Suge owed more than he could make. He became indebted to the Bianchi family, an old Italian New Jersey crime crime organization. A small. All right, so I keep getting phone calls. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, but you guys can see where I'm going with this so far, and I'm really not trying to make this story about Suge and his son, and you know, but we'll, and it's still on course. It's still on course. It's just I need to put this in there right now, and we're gonna start it back here again, but maybe tomorrow I'll go ahead and make this. Highlight this in black instead of keeping it. What's this now? Rippling. Keeping it green. I'll make this black tomorrow, and we'll make this portion here green or whatever. But we're moving slow, but we're moving. Anyways, y'all hit that like. Let me know what y'all think about all this. Till next time, this is Anthony L. Kelly. I'm out.